Welcome students. Today we are dealing with class 12th biology and the chapter is chapter number 2 reproduction in flowering plants part 1. So first we will see the structure of a flower. Here we can see the longitudinal section of a flower means along the length. There are four main parts of flower: sepal which is green colored, petal which is colored, stamen which is the male part. It has two parts, anther and filament, and pistil or carpel which has three parts, stigma, style and ovary. Inside the ovary is the female gamete in the ovule. There is also a nectariferous area which produces nectar. Let us see the pre-fertilization structures and events. Pre-fertilization means before fertilization. So first, the structure of a stamen. Stamen has two parts. Filament, it is a long and slender stalk. Anther is terminal. It is found at the end and is bilobed. Each lobe has two theca. This condition is called diathecous. Theca means a chamber. So each lobe has two chambers. It has four microsporangia, two in each lobe. So there are four bag-like structures which are called microsporangia. Two microsporangia are found in one lobe. Microsporangia develop forming pollen sacs. So in future these chambers will form pollen sacs on maturation. Pollen sacs are packed with pollen grains. So in future the pollen sacs will be filled with pollen grains. A diagram of stamen. It is a typical stamen with two parts, anther and filament or stalk, and the B diagram is three-dimensional cut section of anther. In this we can see pollen grains, pollen sacs or chambers. You can see two chambers in each lobe, and a line of dehiscence. It is the line through which the anther will break on drying to release pollen grains. Microsporangium. So the bags which produce pollen grains are called microsporangium, and it is surrounded by four wall layers: epidermis, endothecium, middle layers and tapetum. This is their sequence of occurring. So the outermost is epidermis and the innermost is tapetum. The innermost layer is tapetum and it nourishes pollen grains. So its function is to provide nourishment. Cells of tapetum have dense cytoplasm. They are rich in minerals and nutrients and more than one nucleus. The outer three wall layers are protective. So they are protective in function. In young anther, when the anther is young, compactly arranged homogeneous cells. So many cells are found in young anther. They are same. All the cells are same in structure. They are called sporogenous tissue. Here we can see three diagrams. A diagram is transverse section of mature anther. In this we can see connective through which anther connects to the filament. Since this is a TS, it is circular in section. Then outermost layer epidermis, endothecium, middle layers, tapetum and sporogenous tissue. The B diagram is very important. Epidermis, endothecium, middle layers, tapetum, microspore mother cells. These will divide to form pollen grains. So B diagram is enlarged view. The C diagram is a dehisced anther. When the anther matures and breaks, we can see cavities in the C figure and pollen grains will be released. Microsporogenesis. It is the process of formation of microspore from a pollen mother cell through meiosis. So gametes are formed by meiosis. Each cell of sporogenous tissue is called pollen mother cell. So each cell in sporogenous tissue is a mother cell. It is also called microspore mother cell. Since pollen are small, they are called microspores. As anther develops, each cell of sporogenous tissue undergo meiotic division. So in sporogenous tissue, meiosis takes place, and each primary mother and each pollen mother cell forms microspore tetrad. So each mother cell produces 4 cells, and these cells are connected to each other. When the anther mature and dehydrate, when it loses its water, the microspores separate. So the tetrads, the four daughter cells, they separate from each other, and then they are called pollen grains. Now each microsporangium produces thousands of pollen grains or microspores. So each bag produces thousands of microspores. Now what is a pollen grain? It is the male gametophyte. It is the male gamete stage. It is spherical, 25 to 50 μm in diameter. It has 2 layers. Outer is exine and inner is intine. The exine is hard outer layer and made of a material called sporopollenin. Now sporopollenin is a resistant organic material. It cannot be broken by acids or alkali. It can resist high temperature and no enzyme breaks it. So it helps in protection of pollen. But at some places it has apertures called germ pores where sporopollenin is absent. At some points it is absent, which is called germ pore. So what will be the function of germ pore? It will help in the coming out of pollen tube. The pollen grains are well preserved fossils due to sporopollenin. So pollen grains form good fossils because they do not decompose. Here we can see the left hand side figure is a view from different pollen grains of different flowers. They are of different shapes, and the A diagram is a tetrad. We can see 4 pollen grains are combined. The intine is the thin inner layer. It is continuous. It does not have any pores, and it is made of cellulose and pectin. So it is made of 2 materials, cellulose and pectin. Cytoplasm of pollen grain is surrounded by plasma membrane. When pollen grain mature, it has 2 cells. So when the pollen grain mature, it has 2 cells, vegetative cell and generative cell. The vegetative cell is bigger. It has more food reserve and a large irregular nucleus. The generative cell is small and it floats in cytoplasm of vegetative cell. It is spindle shaped. So the shape is spindle shaped, means thick in the center with dense cytoplasm and a nucleus. Now here we can see the stages of microspore maturing into pollen grain. So from top to bottom, first there is a microspore, then it has a nucleus, vacuoles. The nucleus elongates, it is called asymmetric spindle, and then 2 parts. We can see the large part is vegetative cell and the small is generative cell. In over 60% angiosperms, or all the angiosperms which have been discovered, in about 60%, pollen are shed at 2-celled stage. So when the pollens are released, they have 2 cells. What are the 2 cells? Vegetative and generative. But in the remaining angiosperms, generative cell divides by mitosis. The generative cell divides by mitosis and forms 2 male gametes before pollens are shed. So there is a 3-celled stage. So what will be the 3 cells? One vegetative cell, and 2 male gametes. Okay children, thanks.